Okay. This is going to be big.
Okay.
From 1981 to 2008, he directed the Indiana Jones movies. In 1982, he directed E.T. the Extraterrestrial. In 1998, he directed Saving Private Ryan. In 2022, he directed The Fabelmans, winner of nominated for 7 Academy Awards. And now, Steven Spielberg brings us 2 new movies in development. Let's start with the first one. It's a live-action remake of an animated film from 1968 starring Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, George Harrison, and John Lennon.
Right.
And they travel to the musical world of Pepperland to stop the evil music-hating Blue Meanies. This film that Steven Spielberg is directing is The Yellow Submarine, a Beatles movie.
Yay!
It will be written by Jared Bush, director of Encanto, and coming to theaters in November 2025, Zootopia 2.
Woo!
Starring Fortune Feimster and Keith
Oh, I love her.
Kwan. Its story will be written by both Bush and Spielberg. It will be produced by Jordan Kerner, producer of Charlotte's Web, The Smurfs, and Clifford the Big Red Dog, and Sam Mendes, director of Skyfall and 1917.
Yay!
The cinematography will be taken care of by Bill Pope, the cinematographer for Disney live-action version of Jungle Book in 2016. The film will also be edited by Myron Kerstein, editor of the films Wicked and coming next Thanksgiving with Zootopia 2, Wicked for Good. The music for the film will be composed by Hans Zimmer with 18 Beatles songs used for the musical numbers. All You Need Is Love, Back in the USSR, Carry That Weight, Eleanor Rigby, A Hard Day's Night, Help, Here Comes the Sun, Hey Jude, I Saw Her Standing There, I Want to Hold Your Hand, In My Life, Let It Be, The Long and Winding Road, Obla Dee, Obla Da, She Loves You, Something, Yellow Submarine, and Yesterday. The film will be distributed by Warner Brothers Pictures, who are known for DC Comics, Harry Potter, The Conjuring, The Monsterverse, Lord of the Rings, and the Lego Movie. The production companies will be Village Roadshow Pictures, the production company for The Matrix, Sherlock Holmes, Happy Feet, Oceans, the Lego Movie, and Joker. The K Entertainment Company, K stands for Kerner, from Jordan Kerner, founded by Jordan Kerner, producer of Charlotte's Web, The Smurfs, and Clifford the Big Red Dog, and Amblin Entertainment, a company founded by the director of this movie himself, Steven Spielberg. The film will arrive on March 24th, 2028, just in time for the springtime and Easter Sunday. And are you ready to meet the cast of Steven Spielberg's live-action version of Yellow Submarine?
Yes.
Director. Okay, here we go. Playing our 4 main protagonists, the Beatles themselves, we have, first of course, Paul McCartney. Will be played by Asa Butterfield from Martin Scorsese's 3D family movie Hugo, where he as a kid where he played Hugo Cabret.
Woo!
Next, Ringo Starr will be played by Craig Roberts from the 2010 film Submarine. Jacob Fortune Lloyd from Midas and the Queen George Harrison.
All right.
And George McKay, who worked with Sam Mendes on World War I film 1917, will play John Lennon.
Nice.
And here are some more characters appearing in the film from Pepperland. Ralph Fiennes will be the Chief Blue Meanie, the arch villain. Ian McKellen is Fred. Rob Brydon as Jeremy Hillary Boob, PhD. Andy Serkis will be the Chief Blue Meanie's assistant, Max. Romesh Ranganathan as Lord Mayor. Romesh Ranganathan voiced Dr. Nefario in Despicable Me 4 as a replacement for Russell Brand. And for the narrator, I'm casting the English Indian guy who got hit by a bus in a tragic blackout, leading him to be the only person in this alternate universe where nobody knows the Beatles, who knows the Beatles, and remembers their songs. His name is Hamish Patel, and he starred in the Beatles movie Yesterday.
Yay.
And there you have it, The Yellow Submarine, a Beatles movie, starring Asa Butterfield, Craig Roberts, Jacob Fortune Lloyd, and George McKay as the Beatles themselves. Distributed by Warner Brothers Pictures, the creators of Looney Tunes and DC Comics, and directed by Steven Spielberg, director of Raiders of the Lost Ark. And now it's time for the second one, the last one for tonight. It's an animated adaptation of the holiday story by E.T.A. Hoffman and the ballet by Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky. It's about a young girl who befriends a doll that magically comes to life on Christmas Eve and wages a battle against an evil mouse king. It's a Christmas story and ballet called The Nutcracker! And it will feature amazing animation and incredible characters, and it will be directed by Steven Spielberg.
Nice.
It will be written by Mary Engelbreit, author of the Nutcracker book from 2011. You can buy it at Barnes & Noble or on Amazon if you want to read the screenplay for Steven Spielberg's unique version of the Nutcracker. It will be produced by Brian Grazer and Ron Howard, who are known for films like Splash, Apollo 13, A Beautiful Mind, and Frost/Nixon.
Nice.
The film will also be produced by Chris Meledandri, the executive producer of Ice Age 2, Horton Hears a Who, and the producer of Despicable Me, Sing, and the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Ooh, I like that movie.
The film will also be edited by Chris Cartagena, editor of The Grinch with Benedict Cumberbatch, not The Grinch with Jim Carrey.
I like Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch is not in this movie as a sculptor, but the music will be composed by Berliner Philharmoniker Simon Rattle and Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky. You can buy the soundtrack on Amazon or iTunes so you can listen to it on your phone. The film will be distributed by Universal Pictures, who is known for films like Jaws, The Fast and the Furious, Despicable Me, Scarface, Notting Hill, Meet the Parents, and Jurassic Park.
Classics. Classics.
The production companies will be DreamWorks Pictures, a Steven Spielberg company known for making short-lived franchises such as Anchorman, Meet the Parents, The Prince of Egypt, The Ring, Shrek, and Transformers.
Nice.
Illumination will be providing the animation for the Nutcracker, after working with Chris Baldondri on so many colorfully animated Universal pictures such as Despicable Me, The Secret Life of Pets, The Grinch, Sing, Minions, Migration, and of course, the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yes.
Imagine Entertainment, a company owned by Ron Howard and Brian Grazer, that produced 2 awful live-action Dr. Seuss movies, How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey and The Cat in the Hat with Mike Myers. And Amblin Entertainment, another company founded by the director of the Nutcracker himself, Steven Spielberg.
Yay.
The film will arrive on November 16th, 2029.
Wow.
Just in time for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And are you ready to meet the cast of Steven Spielberg's animated version of the Nutcracker?
No.
Okay, here we go. Let's start with our 8 main characters. As I go, I will give you 4 clues on who I casted as these characters. And you have to identify the actor or actress from the following clues. First, let's start with the Sugar Plum Fairy. She will be played by someone with blonde hair, born in the early 1990s. She is an actress and singer, and she is the niece of Julia Roberts.
Nice.
Emma
Wait, is that
Emma
Gerber?
Roberts.
Is
Emma
that
Roberts.
Gerber?
Yep, Emma Roberts is the Sugar Plum Fairy.
I
I
like
think
that.
that would be good.
Next up is her Cavalier. He will be played by someone skinny and tall, born in the mid-1990s. He is a very cool guy, and he plays Tyler in Netflix's Addams Family series Wednesday with Jenna Ortega.
Rick Crocker.
Hunter Doohan is the Sugar Plum Fairy's Cavalier.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Drosselmeyer will be played by an old man, born in the early 50s, has a goofy voice, sounding like this. He is in the upcoming Marvel movie, The Fantastic Four: First Steps, coming out in late July of 2025.
Pablo.
And he's an Academy Award nominee.
Pablo.
That's smart.
That's no.
John Malkovich is Drosselmeyer.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Nutcracker himself, who later turns into a handsome prince, will be played by a young man born in the mid-2000s, started his acting career in 2013, and played Augie Pullman in Wonder.
Oh, I like that movie.
Who's the clue?
Who's that?
Jacob Tremblay is the Nutcracker Prince.
Okay.
Clara will be played by a little girl born nearly 8 years ago, is very adorable, and plays Lilo in the upcoming live-action version of Lilo and Stitch, set to drop in theaters on May 23rd, 2025.
All right.
Maya Kealoha is Clara.
Okay.
Fritz will be played by a little boy 8 months younger than Maya, maybe smaller than her too, and played Baby Brightbill in DreamWorks Animation smash hit The Wild Robot, starring Lupita Nyong'o.
Oh, we like her.
Boone Storm is Fritz.
Okay.
The Mouse Queen. We're having a Mouse Queen in Steven Spielberg and Illumination's Nutcracker. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
The Mouse Queen will be played by an old lady born in the mid-1940s. Her voice is kind of quiet, and she played Louise Sawyer in Ridley Scott's Thelma and Louise.
Savannah.
Susan Sarandon is the Mouse Queen.
There you go.
And finally, the Mouse King himself, who battles the Nutcracker and his soldiers, will be played by a cool guy, born the same year as my dad. Is that right, Richard Shaw?
Absolutely. Young.
2 years
Be
older.
nice.
Very popular. And you know him in movies like Speed, The Matrix, and John Wick.
Neo.
Keanu Reeves is the Mouse King, people.
Yeah.
He's good.
We also have more incredible talent joining the animated Nutcracker movie from Illumination and director Steven Spielberg to play other characters.
Okay.
Let's see if you can recognize them. Chris Evans as Dr. Stahlbaum,
Sure.
the father of Claire and Fritz.
Okay.
Rose Byrne as Frau Stahlbaum, the mother of Claire and Fritz. Christina Ricci as the Dewdrop Fairy from The Waltz of the Flowers.
Okay.
Khazar Ergüclü as Coffee from Arabia.
All right.
Dolph Lundgren as a Trepak candy cane from Russia. Sophia Carson as the Marzipan Shepherdess from the Dance of the Reed Flutes.
All right.
Jason Scott Lee as Chinese Tea. Jennifer Lopez and Benicio del Toro as Hot Chocolate from Spain. Academy Award nominee from Last Christmas, The Color Purple, Danielle Brooks as Mother Ginger. And the children she hides under her circus tent dress. Sophia Grace Brownlee and Rosie, who you may know from the Ellen DeGeneres show as the two dolls Harlequin and Columbine. And Bryce Geyser from A Dog's Purpose, White Bird, A Wonder Story, and Nickelodeon's Astronauts as the Soldiers. And there you have it, 2 new movies directed by Steven Spielberg. And an animated film for kids in the holiday season of 2029. Thank you so much for listening and have a happy holiday!